Now he's going to step up and run. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, if those at home were wondering if we were going to see some offense in this Super Bowl, I think your answer was right there. Incomplete, but they take a big shot early.
Like the script, if they get the big play early, so much the better. But if nothing else, they send a message. They're going to be aggressive in this game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
What? Yo.
Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Following the penalty, Lynch. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Mayfield. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Steelers are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
The Steelers will line up for the 2.
Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. That's caught at the 1. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked up by Reek Woolen. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Kings, Kings, Kings.
Following the interception, Mayfield. This ball caught by Strange. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
180. What's that?
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Brings up second and goal.
6-0 our score after 1. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the second quarter.
Pistol.
Mayfield. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal. And that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. And he's got it. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember,
and he's not going to make it out. Lynch is tackled in the end zone for the safety. So this is where a defense can really pin back its ears, bring it all, sell out to stop the run. This time, it'll earn them 2 points.
They definitely guessed right here. A run blitz all the way, and that's a bad feeling for a running back when he knows he's got to at least get it over the goal line. But all he sees are opposing jerseys.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Returnable now for Woodson.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
To throw, Mayfield. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. But he's unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Mayfield down. That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Kings! What's up?
Mayfield to throw it. They'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Second down and a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up second
Hey,
and
133.
1.
What's up?
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down. Penalty marker on the field, however. Which side is this on?
So they'll decline the penalty there and go ahead and keep the yards lost on that last play. Tough spot here. Third down and 11.
Hurry! 180. What's up?
Throwing. Mayfield. He'll try and do this himself.
An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offense.
And it's a fake. He's going to throw it.
Pass complete. Now race for the marker.
And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here. First and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
It's on the pickup. Second and 6.
What's up?
Again, it's Taylor.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
A gain of a yard.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Hurry! 180.
Mayfield looks to throw. That's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Mayfield and the troops staying out and going for it on fourth. Now back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. Well, that'll be incomplete with the penalty marker down as well. And I think he was beyond the line of scrimmage when that ball left his hand.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson.
Now he's going to step up and run. Now he gets free up the left sideline. to the 20.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy's simply sensational.
Cardinals 7.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it.
Oh, some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
They run once more with Taylor.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain.
40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
Down the left sideline, Jonathan Taylor.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Jonathan Taylor,
his second touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Steelers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for two. They'll look to throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here.
That keeps the score. Steelers 14, Cardinals 7.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. From the gun, it's Jackson.
Swinging this ball out here to Tomlinson.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
46-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Jackson. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Jason Taylor in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Now Jackson. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
From the gun on third down, Jackson toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. Jackson now. It's caught. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyle Pitts, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 14. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 130 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter. 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Running straight ahead, Taylor.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. On the handoff, Taylor. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. What a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical 3rd down here. Now Mayfield. He'll try and do this himself. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense. And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
And for Mayfield, this could be a free play. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on fourth down, this is a big call. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2.
Hurry up. Pistol. 180. Stop.
Mayfield.
That's to his running back, complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds to stop the clock. And they continue to move a little bit closer toward that potential game-winning field goal.
That was a pretty good job by the defense, I thought, right? I mean, they had to go to their check down, but still were able to get it done for the first.
Agreed. Anytime you can force them to come back to a receiver that's a little bit shorter in the route, you've done your job on defense, but still, they pick up the first down and get a fresh set.
Huge fourth down conversion.
180. What's up?
And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Now flags come in before the kick. Clearly there was contact. Who was at fault? So it was the defense that jumped, and that'll move them 5 yards closer.
I wonder how they did it. What if they twitched a little bit up front, you know, a little subtle head movement that the officials didn't detect, but they got it done. Now they're 5 yards closer for their field goal attempt.
Now flags come in before the kick. Clearly there was contact. Who was at fault?
Third down and goal coming up here.
Mayfield keeps it himself. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt.
And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
Makes the score Steelers 21, Cardinals 14.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Jackson. This one into the hands of Pitts.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Here's first down.
And the Cardinals first down.
One last shot for Jackson. This to possibly force OT. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. The Pittsburgh Steelers have